Welcome everyone. Today we'll be making this transparent dish washing gel. You can make it colored or you can leave it white and transparent. Now we'll be using some of these simple 3 ingredients. Just our foam boosters and salt with our water, as you can see. We'll first get our bowl and add in 5 liters of water. To these 5 liters of water, we'll pour in our SLS. We make sure you measure it well. So this is our SLS going in, about 300 grams of SLS into our clean water. I'm raising my bowl so that every bit of the SLS gets in. Okay, remember it's our foam booster. So now I'm stirring in the SLS so that to dissolve. This SLS, remember, is our foam booster, as I said. So the next step is to get our salt. I used half of my salt and then kept the remaining half. Then my Texapon are now mixed with my salt and stirred thoroughly. You stir until all the salt has dissolved in it. Okay, if you can, until all has dissolved, or at least most have dissolved into the Texapon and formed this whitish thick paste. So you keep on mixing as you can see. So after mixing, you see that it has now become this thick. What you do is, this water that has SLS, you now start scooping it small into this your Texapon and salt mixture. Please don't pour all the water at once. As you can see, I started with half mil. That's 500 mils. That's how I started adding. I put half of a liter, that's 500 mils. Mix until it becomes completely dissolved and thick. Okay, so I will not continue with this spatula because it's making the work more tedious. So I carry my whisk. I don't know, for me, I prefer using whisk. So make everything. Whisk is always better for me. Okay, so you can see immediately, see it has dissolved. And once it dissolves, once it mix up, it will swell and become thicker. Then you now add another 500 ml. That's how you continue until at least it reaches a reasonable thickness that is a bit loose. I know that even when you add water, you can easily mix. Do you understand? So you see, immediately you add the water and mix, it thickens immediately. See what it forms, this thick goo. Okay, so now I will continue with adding little by little my water, little by little. Okay, so you can see it. Immediately you add it to thicken. Immediately you add to thicken. Now, this is a dishwashing liquid soap, so it doesn't have too much ingredients like the multi-purpose we made. This one, the main purpose is to clean your dishes. Okay, so you don't need all this STPP, caustic and all that. Okay, so now I've put in about 1 liter of water and I will mix. You can see it is becoming smoother now, and somehow it's swelling. Okay, but eventually to come down. Okay, so that's how we'll continue. You can see the paste is smoother now. You continue until you add all your water inside your dishwash. This dishwash is more transparent than the multi-purpose, even though the multi-purpose is also transparent. And please, if you see any debris, remove them. It's not easy to filter this one. Remove them so that they will not come and settle under your production, or so that they will not come and be floating. Okay, so we continue. As I was saying, this particular one doesn't need all this STPP, soda ash and all that, because this is meant for washing only plates. Okay, and plates, usually what will be there is just food particles, some oil, and that will be easy to wash with just this simple recipe. The recipe is simple, but it will give you a great product. So if you're interested in also in other courses, we have lots of courses. Okay, you can chat me up so that I'll send the course outline for you. Uwana Hausawa, yau za mu yi sabulun wanke-wanke transparent. Za mu samo ruwanmu lita 5, mu samo SLS namu 300 grams, mu samo gishiri 300 gram 300, Texapon gram 400. Sai ku duba yanda na yi shi a nan, kuma ku yi haka nan ko? So you can see how thick it is. I'm using the spatula to make sure I get to all the edges. Okay, it is thick now, but we have not yet finished. Just wait and see what will happen. My lovely viewers, subscribe or follow me, comment, ask a question, share my videos so that the algorithm would recommend my videos to more people to watch. Okay, please don't forget that we still have some salt that is remaining, so that we are pouring the remaining salt now. Okay, we are pouring the remaining salt that we set aside. Remember, we poured half and kept half. So immediately you pour the salt and you start making and mixing, your product thickens up quickly. From the mixing, you can see how viscous our product has become. You can see it. Okay, and one thing with liquid soap, don't rush. Don't rush to put in perfume, put in this, put in that. No. Your production gets completed the next day after all the foam has come down. That's when you add some other things. You can see the thickness. Quality liquid dishwash. So what we'll do now is to cover it up and allow it stay overnight before we continue with our productions. Welcome back. So this is after a few hours. Let's just say the next day, but it's not up to 10 hours. Our liquid soap have settled, and you can see how thick it is, how clear it is. Okay, so now this is time for us to go into the second part of our production. Okay, so when you make it, you cover it, leave it overnight, or give it a few hours. Okay, you can see it. Give it a few hours. Now add my color. You can add your perfume before your color, or your color before your perfume. So to add your color, make sure you use a water-based color, dissolve it, and then pour into your liquid detergent through a sieve, a fine mesh sieve, so that your product will look very clear and glossy. Okay, so now this is after mixing. Okay, you make sure you mix it in thoroughly so that it goes around every clavicle, every corner. So next is our perfume. But before we add our perfume, let me just show you the consistency and the thickness of our product. Can you see? It's very thick, just like engine oil. Okay, you can see it. So this is what we are trying to achieve. So to add the color, you scoop a little bit of your liquid detergent into a small container. Then after scooping it in, you now pour your perfume inside. you can use between 30 to 70 ml of perfume. Then when you add it, you mix. The perfume, the quantity of perfume to add as usual is quantity sufficient, just enough for you. Okay, so you can use between 30 and 70 mils. Okay, you'll be adding small and turning. You'll be doing that continuously, adding small and turning, adding small and turning. Okay, adding the perfume will make your product a bit cloudy, but don't worry, it will later on clear up. Okay, so you add and turn, add and turn, add and turn, like that. Okay, so this is the final product. You see it? This is my final product. It is still thick. Okay, so from here you can keep your product for a day or overnight to clear up, to settle. Put it in your containers, put your labels, and then package for sale. Okay, I wish us all the best in our endeavors, and I pray that God brings us good market even as we start our businesses. Okay, thanks for watching.